Hello, welcome back to the Be Do Knit podcast. I've been really obsessed with getting my plants recently from this place called Mother Plants. I think it's Mother Co. Plants in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And it's just a great shop, and I really love everybody who works there is really kind. And anyway, I've been getting a lot of plants there as gifts. So if you are in the Minneapolis, St. Paul area, highly recommend checking out Mother Plants. I got another, I think I told you guys last time, I got another one of these anchored Northwest candles. And I love it. This is Christmas Cottage, which Christmas is long gone, but I got this candle and I wanted to try it out. So I'm going to burn that and enjoy this, I don't know, it's still winter, but it doesn't feel like it. I think, what do we have? Today's the 16th. So just 5 more days of winter and then spring is here. But really, weather-wise, spring is already here in Minnesota. I don't know about where you're living. I guess it depends on where you live in the world, if you're in summer right now or winter. So I just watched, speaking of which, I think it's still summer in Australia. And in Melbourne, Sarah and Paige of Two Purls in a Pod just did a new podcast. I think they uploaded it within like a day or two ago. They have a great podcast. If you have not watched it, I highly recommend bouncing over there and checking them out. They are really fun, and yeah, they do really great projects. They love petite knit, and they do a lot of different projects. So check them out. They're really great. I think I've mentioned them before. So today I have an episode that is very much about kits and then works in progress. So I have a few works in progress, but I have a few kits that I bought. And I noticed on Jen Geigley's podcast that she also purchased this kit, one of the kits I'm going to talk about. And she was talking about it this last week, I think, in her podcast. So 2 days ago was my mom's 80th birthday. I have all these milestone birthdays in my life right now. A lot of my girlfriends are turning 50. I am still 48. I'm going to turn 50 in a year and a few months. 1 year plus a month. So I've got a little ways to go, but a lot of my friends are turning 50. So I've celebrated those birthdays lately. My friend Gina and Henny both had birthdays on March 1st. They were born on the same day, same year. So they were essentially born on the same day, hours apart. And then I became best friends with both of them. So anyway, something about that year, day, month, the stars aligned for me to be friends with those two. So anyway, yeah. Do you know anyone who turned 50 on March 1st? Because I should probably know them. That is a date that I am aligned with. Well, my mother on Thursday, the 14th, turned 80 years old. I don't even know what to say about that. It hardly seems possible for my mom to be 80, but she is. And like I said before, I grew up an army brat, so my mom had 5 kids that she was carting around here, there, everywhere, packing up a house, moving a family of 7 really, with her and my dad, to different countries, different states, and keeping it all together. My dad was a farmer, he was an airline pilot, and he was in the army. So between those professions, I don't know. It was like a lot for my mom, I think, probably to handle, but she did it in style. She was very patient and kind and wonderful as mom. She kept us fed and clothed and, I don't know, just kept us going through all those moves. It's a lot as a little kid to move. My parents, when they were married 29 years, when they were married at 25 years, they had already moved 29 times. So that's a lot. And I'm just looking at a photo of my mom and dad. I'm going to go grab it. Anyway, this is a photo of my mom and dad. If you can see if those lights don't get on it. My dad was in the Navy Air Force. Is that a thing? I think it was the Air Force, but the Navy side of the Air Force. Because he flew onto carriers. So anyway, that was a photo of them in their early years as a married couple. But this photo is of my mom. I inherited some of the furniture from her bedroom when she was a little girl. And I have this bedroom set. And including this vanity that there's a picture of my mom getting ready for prom at this vanity. Whoops. There's a lot of reflection. Isn't that cute? She's sitting there at her vanity getting ready for prom. So adorable. So anyway, those are just a couple of fun pics. Yeah, so my mom is 80. Wow. My dad is like 82. So yeah, I mean, life just keeps on rolling, people. So we got to live it up. And that's why we got to do what we love, which for us, if you're watching this, I'm sure you're like me and you love to knit and you love fiber arts. So welcome to the Be Do Knit podcast. Kits. So last time, actually, I'll start with this because last time I had a blanket episode and I talked about a blanket that my friend Lori made for me, and I mentioned it that I didn't know the name of the pattern or where it came from, and I couldn't find it. Well, I found it. I actually found the pattern because my girlfriend, when I asked her, she had sent me the name of it, and then I looked it up, and it's in this book. And it's called The Big Book of Quick Knit Afghans, and there's 24 designs to add warmth and comfort to your life. So I think the one she made is right on the front of the book. So yeah, it's just this booklet. And you can purchase it on Amazon. I think it was like $8.88. So for the price of one pattern, you can get 24 patterns. 24 blanket patterns. And I don't know, I think, yeah, they're all knit. So no crocheted blankets in here. They're all knit. But yeah. So if you were interested in that blanket, because I said how classic it is with those cables and then the Aran, I think it's Aran knitting, those sort of textured pieces that looked like a diamond shape. That's where this came from. So that's the first thing. And I noticed the note on the pattern that my friend sent me a photo of. Whoever made, well, I think she made it, so maybe she used these, or the person who gave her the pattern, I don't know. But anyway, she used this, sugar and cream, which is just like a cotton yarn that you use if you're crocheting like washcloths or something cotton and crocheted, like a quick crochet project. Sugar and cream. And this is the original. I bought 4 of these cones. And I think you hold them double to make that blanket. So it takes 4 of these cones. And what is the size? Looks like this is a 400 gram cone. So, yeah, 1,600 grams. So I got 4 of these and I thought it might be just fun to make somebody a blanket. If somebody has, I don't know, a baby, a wedding, it might be fun to make a blanket for someone because that is such a treasure for me. It's such a classic, goes with everything, can be anywhere in your house and look good and durable. You can wash it. It's cotton. So anyway, wanted to share that with you. The next thing I wanted to tell you about, I'll tell you about my WIPS. So as you know, I'm working on the Anders tee for Gina. And then I'm also making a no frills. I will start with the Anders tee for Gina. Sorry for the indecent dress form. But look at this, it's coming along. So this is my progress so far. This is a lacework pattern. And it is called the Anders tee. You can see all these diamond shapes. it's really interesting working on a lace pattern like that. You can start to, I haven't been able to memorize it yet. Maybe I'll get there. But you can anticipate, or you can start to see, if you're reading your knitting, you can start to see when you make a mistake just by reading your knitting. Like, I know now that when there's a hole, like the lace pattern, you know, the little hole that a yarn over makes from the previous round, or 2 previous rounds, that hole can't, you know, you just kind of can see it. It's like the hole on that round is going to have a stitch above it, and then there should be one off to the right, you know? So you can kind of learn to read your knitting and go, this doesn't look right. I think I need to go back a couple, you know, and then you can kind of go back and read the stitches prior to it and look at your chart and reference. But you can start to see the mistakes if you're reading your knitting. And if you know what I mean. And that's what happens with this. I have not memorized the pattern yet, but I'm able to read my knitting and know when something is off. So that's good. So this is the section right now. I have knit up to the end of the extra small before you separate the sleeves. You separate the body from the sleeves and then keep working the body and then go back and work the sleeves later. So on my dress form, like, I can see, like, it could work. Here's a raglan here and here's a raglan. So if I go across, it is under this armpit here, but I don't know if it's under the armpit enough for Gina. I like to have room under here. And I know she likes to have a roomy upper arm. And so I don't know if it's enough. Because we weren't sure with her bust measurement if she should have an extra small or a medium large. And she's kind of right in between those sizes. And so, and because it's cotton, like, this would be just enough. I mean, but I feel like she might want a little bit more. I don't know. So yeah, here's the back. And, you know, I did some short row shaping in the back, so the back is a little longer than the front because of that short row shaping. If I pull it tight, you can see that pattern on the dress form. So yeah, I'm very excited. When I first put this on the dress form, I put it on like this. And I was like, why are these not matching? And I was freaking out. I was like, I do not want to go back. And then I figured out that I was putting it on backwards. And this, I don't know. But anyway, I was putting it on backwards. So this is actually the front. So I do not need to rip it back, thank God, because I would have, all that lace work, I don't want to rip any more back. So unless it's a round or two, that's fine. But to rip all that back, and you know what? I'm falling in love with this tee. So Andrea from Fruity Knitting calls it dragon sickness, when you make something for somebody else and then you can't stand it and you want it for yourself. That is happening to me. I totally want this in this color, the same color, which, you know, we can't have the same color, but I do love this color. And this yarn is amazing. So I have my yarn sitting up on top of this dress form. This is a nice little knob up here to like move this thing around, but also it holds your yarn, which is kind of fun. So yeah, as I mentioned before, this is Knitting for Olive Merino cotton yarn. And it is good. So yeah, and this is, the colorway is dark ochre. So that is the progress on Gina's tee. I need to try that on her and make sure the underarm is what she wants it to be. And then I will, hold please while I put on my no frills. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, I look like Christmas with this green sweater and then this red one. But here is the no frills. Gosh, you guys, look at that color. color, it's Hermé, and it's number 517 Cardiff Cashmere in DK, Cardiff Cashmere DK. Is this color not... Was it last year or the year before when red was kind of the color of the year for knitwear? I just felt like everyone was making things in red. Well, this is my favorite color, okay? And it is so great. I just love it. There is something happening here. There we go. Anyway, yeah, this is such a fantastic sweater. It's just a classic raglan sweater. And as you can see, I separated for sleeves. It's well below that armpit. And I like things oversized, so this is perfect. And it's an oversized sweater. So I think you're supposed to have 5 inches, about 5 to 6 inches of positive ease. And positive ease means the garment is, you know, bigger than your body measurements by X amount of inches. And this is 5, it's supposed to be 5 to 6 inches, and I think mine's going to be 7 because I have a 38-inch bust, and I think it goes up to like, I don't know, it's like 43 or something like that. If I'm on gauge, which I haven't even paid that much attention to my gauge, honestly. I think I did in the beginning, and it was fine, and so I just kept going. But anyway, yeah, here is my no frills, and I am loving it. And you know, this is just an easy throw it in. I've got it in my little bagoo bag, which is super lightweight. This I picked up at the yarnery, which I've told you before. I've got all my skeins of yarn in there, and it fits the project on top. It's just great. It's this little cloud bag, pretty roomy at the bottom, sits up on a table, and you can just open it. And so yeah, that is going really well, as you can see. Pretty happy with it, and it is so soft. This is cashmere. Cashmere! It is so good. So yeah, I gotta have a sip of tea here. So I have something, it's called Margaret Soother, and it's from Tea Source, and I've got it in my little mug from Eckel's Pottery in Northfield, Minnesota. So this has, I think it's like licorice. The Margaret Soother Tea Source tea has licorice in it and peppermint, just nice herbal soothing tea. So man, that's good. It's so good. So yeah, this mug I love from Eckel's. Adore. So yeah, goodbye dress form. See you later. Uh-oh, I gotta get my yarn around the top. There we go. Because the rollers were rolling over it. Not good. All right, so moving on. What I'm wearing. What I'm wearing is this cute little sweater over a little shifty dress that I actually picked up from Whole Foods. Having clothing at a grocery store, so funny. But you know, they have like this little merchandise area, and it's got sometimes yoga gear and workout stuff, and then every once in a while, like this was like this little shifty dress, and I just love it. So anyway, got that there. And this is the Ranunculus Sweater. I love how the elbow, there's like this little, I don't know, you work some short row shaping here at the elbow, so it kind of comes around your elbow in this sort of great way. And then there's an I-cord bind off at the end. So yeah, this is the Ranunculus Sweater. It is very popular, as I've mentioned before. And apropos to today's episode, I'm wearing this because it's made with linen quill and tussock silk mohair from Purl Soho. So this sweater, you can make it in so many different yarns, yarn weights. The pattern is so versatile. It gives you lots of different options. So, you know, this one is probably made with something drapey, maybe even mohair. And then Like this one on this gal I think this one was knit up in wool. So lots of different ways to knit this sweater, and it is just fits so good on everybody. It's just such a nice shape, you know? It just works for everyone. Just straight down, you do this yoke, round yoke, and then you go straight down, and then you pick up the sleeves and keep going, and it is a great knit. So yeah, this is Clover Green linen quill from Purl Soho, paired with, gosh, was it like Lucky Clover or something like that? I don't know. Tussock mohair, also from Purl Soho. So anyway, if you need it, it's on my Ravelry. I am Be Do Knit on Ravelry and Be Do Knit on Instagram. Come and follow me on Instagram, and I would love to see what you're making. So yeah, come and follow me. Let's see. So the next thing, and Jen Geigley, I just saw that she posted about this today. I'm not going to go into too crazy much depth about it, but for my mom's 80th birthday, I told you in past episodes, I got her onto the Arnie and Carlos Christmas balls. Well, she's made a lot of Christmas balls, and she's kind of in the business for like making something new and different. So I got her, and then I bought myself the same thing, the 40 mini skein set from Purl Soho in linen quill. So so you open up, so yeah. It came in this little bundle, and I kept it in the bundle. I couldn't take it anymore before I gave my mom hers. I just had to open it up. So it came in this little bundle. And the first, well, I don't know if this is the first color, but the first one I'm going to show you is this. I don't know how well you can see these colors, but super pretty. Greens, and then this is like the pink red and I don't know, salmon color, sand, mauve, however you say that, hot pink. That one is great. Here's like the grays and purples and blacks. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 40 mini skeins. And the sweater I'm wearing right now, this is the green. In the same type of yarn. So yeah, linen quill, clover green. Yeah, I can't with this, with the Christmas. Goodbye. Yeah, so this yarn is just great. It's got all the properties of wool. So it's got 50% fine Highland wool, 35% alpaca, and 15% linen. So that the drape, I think, is all about the linen and the alpaca, which makes up 50% of this yarn base. And then the rest is Highland wool, fine Highland wool. Gorgeous colors, right? So, and such a rainbow of colors. Look at this. Oops, hard to see, but look at all those colors. So pretty. Sorry, I did not open them for you. Maybe this is a better shot. Yep. Check that out. So many pretty colors. So anyway, I'm very excited about that. I will be, here are all the colors on the card. There are 2 free patterns on the Purl Soho website, which you can get and just use your own yarn. If you have a bunch of mini skeins and you want a project to use them, there are 2 patterns that are free that go with this set. I think it's somewhere upwards of like 4,000 yards. Or is it grams? 4,000, I can't remember. Might be 4,000 grams. I don't know. You could do the math. They're 25 gram balls. times 40, whatever that is, okay? It's a lot of yarn, basically. And there are 2 free patterns. You can download the patterns and not buy their yarn. You could just use your own yarn. Or if you have a bunch of mini skeins and you need an idea, one of the ideas is, I downloaded, where did I put it? One of the ideas is this scarf, and it's a marled scarf. It is called the Joy of Color Scarf. Look at that. Joy of Color Scarf. That is so beautiful. Anyway, it's marled, so you hold 2. It's very much kind of like my brioche wrap, actually, where you are holding or using 2 different yarns. Like, because when you're brioche, I'm doing 2-color brioche. It's almost like it's marled. I mean, not totally, but you're holding 2 skeins together at once, and then you keep working with one of them, just like my wrap. You keep working with one of them and add another color. And so you're always marling with 2 colors. And this scarf, you are working it in a tube. So you work, I think there's a small version and a large version, and you're working it in a tube. And then you just keep going with 2 colors all the way around. So that, I think I might need to make that. My mom, I told her about both of the patterns, and I think it'd be so fun. I could do like a knit along with my 80-year-old mother. I love her. She's amazing, and she's such a crafty person. And we would have such a blast doing this together, I think. You know, she can call me if she has any questions. I mean, we would have so much fun. And then we could wear our scarves at Apple Fest in Bayfield the next year. Next year when I go to Bayfield, and maybe we can go back to the alpaca farm. That was so fun. Anyway, this would be really fun, and we could each wear our scarves. I feel like, I had a blanket episode yesterday. I have a lot of blankets, and I don't necessarily use them. They lay on the couch, they sit in a basket. I run hot, and so I generally am not looking for a blanket to get warm. I probably need to keep my house a little cooler so I can actually use the blankets that I have. But anyway, yeah. So that is the Joy of Color scarf, which would be really fun. And you, like I said, with this kit, you could make 2 of the smaller scarves, or you could make 1 of the larger scarf. And I think if you decrease the amount of rows that you do, you could do 2 of the larger scarf too. So, options. The other one is called the Incredible Blanket. I don't have it printed out right here, so I will show you a photo on the screen. But the Incredible Blanket, I believe you knit on one side, and then on the opposite row, you do a combination of purls and knits and maybe a slip stitch in order to get this effect that you'll see when you look at the photo. So the Incredible Blanket looks pretty incredible, and when I was reading on their website, the pattern, it's kind of cool because whoever made it, they had the yarn in, the reds, like kind of separated in these 4 buckets, and they were just picking them out at random. Maybe not in the 4 buckets for that. Maybe that was for the scarf. But they were just picking skeins of yarn at random as the next color in the blanket, which is pretty fun. So that it's really unorganized, and it's just like a mystery, like how it's going to look at the end. But all of these colors kind of work and play together, and they look great together. It's just like this whole color scheme. My husband is literally in the hot tub. Do you hear that? He's in the hot tub 2 floors down, and he's trying to do bird calls back and forth with a cardinal outside. Fantastic, okay? That is amazing. I can hear him doing bird calls. I hope you guys heard that, because that is hilarious. All right. Now, the other thing, this is the kit part of the episode, okay? The other thing is I've been seeing everybody at least on YouTube. I don't know if I've seen as much on Instagram, maybe a little bit, but these emotional support chickens, these are all the rage, okay? Look at this. This is an emotional support knit chicken. And I am making one. I ordered this kit. I couldn't take it anymore. I needed to join the club of emotional support chicken, stuffed chicken people. And mine is called Yoko Ono. You heard it, like Yoko Ono, but yolk, like a yolk. Y-O-L-K-O. Yoko Ono. Amazing. I am so excited. I think this is from the Knitting Tree LA. And I ordered my kit. I think it's like $38. It says, it's funny because on one part of the package it says, all materials you need are included. But then in the recipe deck, or the ingredient deck, here's the ingredient deck, which is so funny because it says 0 calories, 1 serving per container, reusable. Serving size, 1 bucket, 250 grams, referring to the yarn, weight. And then 100% inspiration, 100% comfort, fun, love, and 100% your friend's envy. But then anyway, so there's the ingredient deck, which says everything that's included. And then it says not included, stuffing and US 7 knitting needles. So not everything is included. You need to buy your own needles and stuffing, but everything else is included. So anyway, very cool. Now you can create your very own magical comfort chicken who doesn't need a permit to always be with you. It's adorable, huggable, and you don't have to feed it for it to love you back. So yeah, this emotional support chicken, I saw Kevin and Ray from Needles at the Ready. I saw their chickens, and I think maybe Kevin was on gauge and Ray maybe wasn't on gauge, because Ray was like, I don't know why mine is so big. I don't know if I can't remember if he's the one who doesn't like to do a gauge swatch. So anyway, that was pretty fun. And I saw theirs and I was just like, and they were talking about how cuddly they are, and I don't know, there's something about being an adult with a stuffy is so funny, but it's an emotional support chicken. So, you know, we all need a little emotional support from time to time. And now I will have my chicken. So there you go. I'm super excited to make that, and I can't wait to share my progress with all of you. I'm going on vacation next week, and I am going to sit in a seat, look at Lake Superior, and knit up my emotional support chicken. I mean, you know, I'll rotate between Gina's Andrews tea and my no frills and the emotional support chicken, and it's going to be great. That's what I envision for my vacation. So my husband might want to do some hiking or something else, but that's what's on my mind. All right, so the last but not least is I purchased 2, not 1, but 2 of these. I guess I've been acquiring a lot in the last couple of weeks. So from Toft, I've been watching a lot of people making kits, like animal kits or little figurines. So Andrea from Fruity Knitting, and then Kevin and Ray from Needles at the Ready. Ray is always making something, like a little whale or a little, you know, he has these kits that he likes. So, and I think maybe they have a knit along. Maybe I should do my emotional support chicken in their knit along. I am going to check that out. I wonder if it's still happening. I don't know, but that would be fun. I haven't done a knit along. I don't know if I've ever done a knit along. I did a test knit, one test knit for Brienne for her Wild Ice sweater, but I don't think I've ever done a knit along. Is that possible? That's crazy. I think I should join that. So anyway, this is from Toft, and when you get, like I got this cute little bag, project bag, when I ordered mine, and I don't know if you've seen it, but Toft has a lot of little figures, figurines, knitting toys that you can make. And they have a whole line of dogs. So if you want to find out if, you know, Toft has a kit for the breed of dog that you have in your family, check it out, because they even had a Puli, which is crazy. I have 2 Pulis. When it's plural, it's supposed to be Pulik. I have 2 Pulik, and they are, you know, mop dogs, and they're very rare dogs from Hungary, and they're sheep herding dogs, and yeah, so I am pretty psyched about this. Here are some other dogs that they have, other dog kits, and and they also have things like, you know, a sheep, and I'm not sure what this is, a unicorn or something. They have other things. Oh, that last one I showed you, there was like a moose, an elephant, a monkey, a dog. Yeah, so anyway. And then this one is like a sheep. I don't know. Lots of different things. A lion, a hippopotamus. So cute. And this one, this is the Puli kit. And I bought 2 of them. This one is in dark brown, which is not a very common Puli color. I mean, a lot of Pulis they'll be black. They'll have black cords, and then almost like have like a rusty color. So I guess it could look a little more brown. But the common color is black, the most common color Puli. And then there are white Pulis. And then there is one called a Masco Facto, I think. If there's anybody Hungarian that is watching this, you can correct me in my pronunciation. But I think it's called Masco Facto. And Masco refers to the mask. It looks like a mask because they have like a black muzzle, you know. And then there's like all these colors around it. So my friend has a Masco Facto. And I'll put up his name is Oscar. I organized a Puli meetup in Minnesota. We have like a Minnesota Puli page, and then I organized a Puli meetup, and we all met at this place where you could, this is pre-COVID, but like go into this, you could rent a space, and then the dogs can have a meetup and like run around and meet each other. And it's something about like, if you have a certain breed, they kind of like their own breed. I don't know if you've noticed that, but definitely for the Puli, they are a little suspicious or don't like other dogs or humans sometimes. I mean, it depends on how well you've, you know, socialized them, but they tend to really like other Pulis. And so that was pretty fun. And so anyway, I got white. Let's see, what color is this? And this is 100% wool made in the UK. It's a 100-gram ball, 246 yards. And yeah, and I think it's made for this pattern. So one of them, the color is charcoal. That's the one that's going to be more the black Puli. And then the other one is cream. And the yarn weight is DK. So here are those skeins. That's the cream, DK. And then here is the charcoal. Yeah. And then because one of my Pulis, like I said, you know, she's got a little bit of some rusty, and she just walked in the door, so maybe I'll lift her up and show you. But she has some rusty color on her black fur. Maybe I'll pop up a photo of her dad, who was a champion Puli show dog. Yeah, I was going to maybe combine these two to kind of get that rusty hue of her cords in there. And then, you know, I got to share this. My friend Anna Bloomstrand, her parents own the Scandinavian shop in Minnesota called Ingebrigtsen's. And Arnie and Carlos, when they come to Minnesota, they go to Ingebrigtsen's. They love going to that store. So, and they've even mentioned it in their podcast, which is pretty fun. So her parents own Ingebrigtsen's, and she is very crafty and very, it's like we would hang out, my husband and I would hang out with her and her husband at the time, Kyle, and Anna and Kyle would come over, and Anna would always bring, she was like a potter, and she worked with fiber arts, and every time she would come over, she would bring something for me because we were having them over. She would bring me like a little pottery dish, or, you know, that she had made herself. And anyway, one time she came over, we had a dog, another Puli, Mojo, who's since passed, and he had like some gray and white in his fur. And like I was saying with Yumi has this like brown rusty color in her fur. Well, Mojo had kind of like some gray and white bits, and you could see she put that in there. So these little feet, so cute with that little pink tongue, which is kind of with a Puli, that's all you generally see is just a pink tongue and lots of cords. So she did such a good job making this. I think that's such a hoot. So I love this Puli of, you know, this little Mojo, mini Mojo. So he passed, but this little guy lives on. And it's a constant reminder of him. Very sweet. And I just adore how she put those little specks of color in there for him. So anyway, this is going to be fun. 2 of these Toft Puli dog kits. I could do this with the Kevin and Ray kit knit along. I wonder if it's over, you guys. I mean, tell me if you know. Or I'll go back and look at their latest episode. I'm sure if it's still going, they will have mentioned it for sure. Their episodes, if you need an episode that like lasts a long time, they have episodes that are like 2.5 hours. So they both have a lot of WIPS and a lot of FOs, and they share about books and all kinds of things. So what's going on in their life. So yeah, this kit comes with the yarn, the stuffing. So unlike the chicken, this one comes with the stuffing, and there's like this is probably for the eyes or I don't know, it's probably something. It's something. Ooh, and this is really soft. Ooh, this is maybe wool. The stuffing. Ooh, that's nice stuffing. Wow. Anyway, it comes with a tapestry needle. It comes with a little crochet hook. So yeah, and then it comes with the pattern in there. So on the back is the pattern, and I think it doubles as the front of this. So yeah, really nice little kit. I think it's great. And then even on the pattern, there's a ruler or something on there. So yeah, super excited. That's going to be great. And I believe, is that all I have for you today? I'm just looking around to make sure I didn't forget anything. But you know what? I think we covered it all. And I did make a little bit of progress. I know the last couple times I said I made 0 progress on updating my previous patterns, because I said I would not put this pattern out for the wrap until I finish making my other patterns more size inclusive, and I am still working on that. I am about halfway through my Easy Ease cardigan, and so I should have that done pretty soon. And then maybe during vacation I'll write up this pattern, and it'll give me motivation to get those other ones done. I'll write this one up, I'll finish the Easy Ease edits, and then maybe work on those other ones. We'll see what I can get done. But anyway, this is so soft, you guys. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to release this pattern. I mean, the mohair, the color changing yarn, speckled yarn from a homespun house, held with Isair mohair. This is squishy brioche deliciousness. I cannot wait to wear it. So I am gonna just pop this on really quick. Hold on. I have been trying it on and looking forward to wearing it. I gotta hurry up. Maybe I'll take pictures while I'm on the North Shore, because it is such a scenic, that's where Brienne lives. And if you've seen any of her photos, incredible place to take photos, because it is just gorgeous up there. This is my brioche wrap, and I love it. I don't think if I had made it any bigger, you guys, I didn't use all my 24 mini skeins from a homespun house that I got over the holidays, but it would have been way too big. Okay? It would have been a schlanket, and I just don't know if I would have a use for a schlanket in my life. But this, I can use this. I'll tell you that right now. I'm going to wear this over like a camel coat, I think. All this color needs like a neutral underneath, I think. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I love, love, love this. It's so squishy, delicious. Yeah, so that is happening soon. I will write up this pattern, get it I'll get it, you know, tech edited and test knit, and by next year for sure. By next Christmas. Come on, I should have this done by the summer. If I don't, there's something wrong with me. But I should have that done hopefully in the next few months. And then if you bought some mini skeins over the holidays and you want to make a brioche wrap with some kind of beautiful color held with mohair, you're in business, because this was a joy to work on because of all those color changes. That's why I'm excited about that. Oh gosh, I have one more thing. I'll save it for next time. I bought some more yarn from a homespun house. You guys, I've been buying too many things. I think I need to put a hiatus on my yarn buying. I bought some yarn from a homespun house to make, I think it's the Tecumseh by Caitlin Hunter. It's the one that has the crosses and it looks like almost like a stained glass window and then a cross on top. Is that Tecumseh? I can't remember the name of the pattern, but I'll look it up. Anyway, I bought some yarn from a homespun house, and maybe I'll pop it up here just to share a preview. It's not on my list of things to knit for the year, but, you know, I knew that would happen. Something would catch my eye, like these mini skeins from Purl Soho. But that's in my future, too. I feel like I need a color work project on the needles. It's been a while. So anyway, hope you're having a great day, a great month. I don't know about all of you, but I have got allergies. You may be here that I'm like a little stuffed up. I take Allegra D, I mean TMI maybe, sorry, but I take Allegra D because otherwise I'm just like sneeze, 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 sneeze. And usually I don't have allergies, I don't think, until April, but because the seasons of this winter has been so weird. And it's been such a mild winter that I think allergy season has just moved up to March, beginning of March. So I was taking Allegra D, and then it's like got pseudoephedrine in it, so I'm up all night. I'm like up throughout the night, and it drives me crazy. So then I go off of it, but then I go off of it, and then I'm sneezing and having allergies. So I'm having allergies today. I took my pill again, so I won't sleep tonight, but hopefully I will stop suffering during the day. It's like a toss-up. You have to decide what's the worst part. So that's what's happening. Yeah, so anyway, I hope you're all having a great end of winter, early spring, and I will see you next time.